Okay, so we have Mollum all set up. Let's enable it for our comment form. I'm going to go to the Forms tab here under the Mollum section, and I'll click Add Form. We can select from a number of supported forms here. We're going to choose the Comment Blog Entry Comment form and click Next. And we have the option to enable text analysis or CAPTCHA. Now the idea here is that CAPTCHA performs very similarly to our image CAPTCHA. It requires that the user accurately fill out a CAPTCHA before the form is submitted. Text analysis will send the text out to Mollum to be analyzed to see if it looks like spam. If it does, then Mollum will request that the user enter a CAPTCHA at that point in order to continue the form process. Text analysis in general is going to be the least invasive option, but it could catch some of your users by surprise. So for example, they might fill something out, and if it didn't go through properly, they might not notice that they have a CAPTCHA to fill out next. Most of the time, it's not a big deal. Okay, and what kind of text do we want to check? We want to check for spam, and we can also check for profanity. Since this is going to be a family-friendly site, we want to make sure to check for that too. We'll analyze both the subject and the comment fields. I'm going to scroll down. Since we're probably not sure what text analysis accuracy means, let's leave this at its default. And when text analysis is unsure, we'll show a CAPTCHA. But we could also choose other options, which is to retain the post for manual moderation, which basically means that it gets submitted, but it doesn't get published, and we have to publish it manually ourselves. And then we can also choose to accept the post and publish it right then and there. We'll leave it at show a CAPTCHA. And when Mollum identifies spam, we can choose to either keep the post on our site to make sure that it's actually spam and publish it ourselves if it's not, or we can discard the post. Now at some point, spam will probably be enough of an issue that you want to just discard it. Otherwise, you're going to be retaining thousands and thousands of posts to go through. And again, here's a setting to provide the moderation tools for Mollum, which we're going to leave unchecked for now. I'll click Save. And now let's test this out. So I'm going to jump back to the browser where I'm an anonymous user, and I'm going to go back to the comment form here. So now if we look at our comment form, we have our reCAPTCHA displayed here, but we're also using Mollum. So let's hide this at this point. I'm going to jump back to the browser where I'm logged in, and I'm going to use Coffee by pressing Alt-D in order to go to the CAPTCHA settings. And now for the blog entry form, we're going to disable it. And we'll scroll down and click Save Configuration. And now if we jump back to the browser where we're anonymous, we see CAPTCHA disappear. Now let's try submitting a form using Mollum's testing tools. We're going to type in unsure. So the idea here is that this will trigger whatever settings we had for if Mollum was unsure if it was ham or spam. In our case, that should display a CAPTCHA. So I'm typing in unsure for both and clicking Save. And we see to complete this form, please complete the word verification below. And we see Mollum's verification process showing up here. Okay, so I'm going to type correct. Remember, this is part of the testing process. Normally this would show some text. And I'll click Save. And it got submitted, no problem. Cool. Let's try entering some spam. So I'm going to type spam for the subject, spam for the comment, and I'll click Save. Okay, it says your submission has triggered the spam filter and will not be accepted. Ah, foiled again. All right, I'm going to go back to the browser where I'm logged in, and I'm going to turn Mollum's testing mode off. So I'm going to do Alt-D to open up Coffee, and I'll type in Mollum, and I'll go to Mollum Content Moderation here. I'm going to jump over to Settings and scroll down to the bottom and uncheck Enable Testing Mode and click Save Configuration.